Welcome to meditation towards the end of October as we move back to Greenwich Mean Time and picking up some revisiting perhaps some aspects of Benedictine spirituality, and specifically the vows that Benedictines make, those three vows, the first of which was obedience that we talked about last time. But actually coming down to being more about choice rather than how we sometimes think of obedience. The second one is called stability, brackets community perhaps. Unlike other groupings, Benedictines generally don't join an order, rather they join a particular community. So, for example, Worth Abbey might be a community of Benedictines. But crucially, by this vow of stability, they promise to remain in the community that they join for the rest of their lives. And in the flux and change of modern life, many find such stability to be a source of strength and peace. So we're going to go on to think of this stability in terms of commitment and connection and cycle. But first we bring ourselves to this place, our place of stability perhaps, and going through our ritual, our routine of being attentive, being alert, being aware. So I invite you just to find a comfortable position, to notice your connections to the chair, to the floor, to the air. And either gently close your eyes or use the image on the screen. Take 2 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, feeling the breath, celebrating in the filling of the lungs, glorifying in the sound that the breath makes as we take it in and let it out. Now let's scan our body, our heart, our mind. Notice where you are. Let go of things done and things yet to do. Watch as thoughts come and go. We usually start with the body, but let's start this time with noticing thoughts passing through the mind, around the mind, inside our head, wherever you like to think of them. Pay attention, and if you can, in that giving of attention, allow them to settle. And as your thoughts settle, so notice the weight of your body against the chair or the sofa. Perhaps the word settle comes into play here as well, as you settle into your position. Notice any parts that rest more heavily. Imagine these points of contact relaxing and melting towards the earth. And at the same time be aware of the solidity of the earth upholding and supporting you. Closeness and connection. All from large to small, held by the same gravitational force. Turn your attention back to the breath. Consciously, intentionally slowing the breath down, breathing more slowly and more deeply. Perhaps using the counting to 4 on the in, holding for 2 and out for 5. And as you relax further, maybe you can listen for your heartbeat. You may try and find your pulse on your wrist. Maybe place your hand over your heart on the left side of your chest. And relax further into this connectedness. The one thing I would say that goes with that vow of stability, of promising to remain in a community, perhaps for the rest of the lives, is a commitment, a lifelong commitment to remain in the same monastery and community. And perhaps those of you who've lived in the same place all your life, perhaps think of that again as a commitment to that place. Those like me who've moved around, but now perhaps in later life finding a place to stay, invoking the idea of commitment to that place, to that neighborhood, to that church. Because I think that then translates into a second C, which a word, connection, which we've used a lot of times and recurs again and again. Connection, connectedness, connecting to a place and its people. Those with, interesting that connectedness is one of the characteristics of one of the many psychological typings. If you're interested, Clifton Strengths is one such tool, and connectedness, part of a subset of building relationships. Those with strong connectedness talents have a powerful conviction that everyone is connected. While each person is responsible for their own judgments and actions, those with strong connectedness believe that everyone is part of something larger. their awareness of the responsibilities that flow from this creates their value system. They are considerate, caring, and accepting. Confident in the unity of humankind, they build bridges for people of different cultures. They give others comfort that there is a purpose beyond everyday existence. Their faith is strong. It sustains them and their close friends in the face of life's mysteries. Commitment, connectedness. So return again to your awareness of the body, and this time let's use the breath to relax different parts as we breathe. Invite in a sense of joy and happiness into this ending of the day, and breathe out any tension from mind and body. Perhaps this is a way of connecting body and mind, because we are not separate parts. And as the body relaxes, so might we bring a state of peace and spaciousness to the mind. Clearing the mind to accept what has been and to prepare for the coming days. A relaxed body, spacious mind, joyous spirit. And perhaps from that place, set your intentions for the coming week. Maybe I will be joyful and not get subsumed by awful news. I will be grateful and not resentful. Just stay with that intention for a moment or two. So those first two C's of the stability or community, commitment, connectedness, are perhaps externally focused. But the monk's prayer and work and daily routine creates a cycle. So my third C is a cycle or rhythm for daily life that perhaps we can benefit from as well. From a spiritual perspective, stability encourages the cultivation of an inner stillness and peace. An opportunity for the monks and for us to trust in growth through perseverance and patience. A reminder that spiritual growth comes not from external change, but from interior transformation. And that can foster long-term relationships within the monastic community and for ourselves. Learning to love, forgive, and grow with those around us, even when conflict arises. And like monks, perhaps we can foster deep relationships with those whom we serve. And so as we foster these deeper relationships in our neighbourhoods, we can be in a position to contribute in times of crisis as well as when things are going well. Because suffering cannot be absorbed by individuals, no matter how tenuous and invisible the bonds of community are. Individuals cannot really respond. It has to be done collectively. Just to echo that final point, we cannot carry the pain of large-scale crisis on our own, nor can we only look out for ourselves. Pain has to be treated as a communal effort, as it was in COVID, and so too must be any response. So as we move to our longer period of silence, thinking of this idea of stability, commitment to community, connection, and our own cycle or rhythm of daily life, let's be still. Be here. Here I am to this moment. Be inspired. What might be speaking to you from the heart? Let go of any anxious thoughts of the ego. Be open. Be open to this moment. We go with some words from Salt of the Sound. Beyond the noise, surrounding, in your arms I found my home. I fall into the silence, let it overflow. So we ponder on those thoughts of stability, or we focus on our breathing, or we become aware of the entangled mind, noticing thoughts, anxieties, and in noticing we let them go. Opening up before God, keeping nothing back. I fall into the silence, let it overflow. fall into the silence. Let it overflow. The war of fear tries to take hold. Resting in your presence. This space between is where I'm known. So we come out of our silence. Maybe just gently stretching, returning our attention to the moment. Gently opening our eyes if they've been closed, but still with this sense of connection and commitment, and thinking of our own cycle for daily life. Resetting our intention for the week, and a closing thought from Richard Raw. O great love, thank you for living and loving in us and through us. May all that we do flow from our deep connection with you and all beings. Help us become a community that vulnerably shares each other's burdens and the weight of glory. Knowing you are hearing us better than we are speaking, we offer these prayers in all the holy names of God. Amen.